What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video, I want to talk about Wonder Woman at the Game Awards, and this is the start of the series, kind of an annual series I do where, the Game Awards a couple weeks away. Want to talk about some games and leave games in the comments if you guys want. Games that will be there, won't be there, something in between. We can kind of just rant and talk about, each of them. So I wanted to start this with Wonder Woman. I think that's a good idea. I think it's what I'm most passionate. Maybe above anything else. I mean, there's definitely games I think are going to be there, like I have more confidence in, but Wonder Woman is very much towards the very top, if not the top of my wants list. So will Wonder Woman be at the Game Awards 2024? Again, let me know if there's other games you want me to talk about, but okay, my gut tells me no. I want to let's get the anticlimactic, or let's make it anticlimactic right off the bat, right? My gut actually tells me no. My gut tells me, now, here's the thing. It's because it's kind of mixed feelings. There's really nothing else I could see WB doing besides Wonder Woman, okay? Now, you look at the history. Of course, there is the history of Wonder Woman literally being announced at one of these things years ago. But then also you think, okay, well, like Mortal Kombat and other realm, right? Like they're very much tied to Jeff Keighley. Mortal Kombats of the world, really, I think like the last 3 or so have been announced at Jeff Keighley events, whether it's Game Awards or something else. So, like WB's done it. And you go back all the way, maybe Arkham City. I mean, you can really go back far when it comes to WB and the Arkhamverse and Batman, stuff like that. And Wonder Woman, attached to it. So you got that. You got the connection. You also have It's Been Enough Time. Like, there's a lot of reasons why it makes sense, right? Been enough time, been years and years and years. Also, the game really does need to come out in the next year or two. So normally I stay away from that in terms of like, okay, Wonder Woman needs to come out in the next year. But honestly, it really does. Like this game has just, I don't know, it's been through so much, probably, and it's been so long. And again, like you look at what else WB has. And so the one thing for me, right, is I think it's going to be one of two things. I do think WB is going to be at the Game Awards, okay? The thing that's like the catch or the hook is I think it's between Wonder Woman being there or the Hogwarts Legacy director's cut. And the closer and closer we get to it, I do think Hogwarts Legacy is first. Because I do think that comes out probably in the first half of 2025. You also think, I mean, you can rationalize that too, right? Like, it's been 2 years. This upcoming February will be 2 years since Hogwarts Legacy, okay? If you're doing it like an expansion, to do it past 2 years honestly gets more and more silly, I think, as time goes on. So you got to do it soon. And I, there's been enough from like the Jason Schreiers of the world and what he's talked about, like, and I think even Tom Henderson did a story. I do think you're going to get it. Now, I don't want to spend so much time talking about that, but I do think it's important, right? Because you think, okay, well, WB, if they do show up at the Game Awards, like, what would they show? They can probably only show 2 things, Hogwarts or Wonder Woman, and then it's like, well, which one would they pick? Hogwarts is probably bigger, to be fair, and it's also first. That doesn't take away from anything I said about Wonder Woman. It's been long enough. You have the history. It does need to be shown. I mean, this is why, like, they should just do it on their own or do it somewhere else, or if there's a PlayStation thing, whatever. We really do need to see Wonder Woman. Like, I know we say that every time we've talked about it for the last 3 years, but it is true. It doesn't actually make it any less true. So, I don't know, my gut feeling is we see like the WB logo and but like you can hear the Wizarding World like themes playing in the background, and you're immediately gonna know, okay, this isn't Wonder Woman. I want it. I've said it before. I think I even said it on Twitter. Like, when we see Wonder Woman, regardless of what it looks like, it's gonna be special. Like, a lot of the internet, I think, is gonna freak out, probably positively. Even if it doesn't look good, I think we're going to be, in a sense, excited. In a sense, it's gonna be like fulfilling that it's even being shown in the first place. Right? I really want that day to come. Like, I really am excited for that day to come, but I don't know. The more I think about it, again, if you have to do, and now I guess I'm only saying if they do one, right? If they only do one thing, then I think the one thing would have to be Hogwarts. If they can do 2, and it's not like Jeff restricts, like a company can't do 2 things. There'll be like 2 things, I bet you, from PlayStation. There'll be 2 things from Xbox. They're fair, but they can't do more than 1, right? So I'm not saying it from like his angle. I'm saying it from WB. Like, and because that's the thing you got to remember, right? WB is like, well, we don't, and they've done this kind of historically. They don't really want things taking away from each other. And that's why now is a pretty good time to do Wonder Wonder Woman because there's nothing else out there, right? Suicide Squad's run its course. Multiverses is still around, but it's, a smaller kind of degree. Mortal Kombat just had the expansion. That was big, and, they have the characters coming out, but that's kind of separate. And also, it's towards the middle or end rather than the beginning. So, like, in terms of what's coming out and not having to fight each other, there will be things that are coming out event like Hogwarts Legacy 2 will eventually come out. WB Montreal is working on 2 games. Those will eventually come out. And you can't have all those fighting each other. And that's fair. That's true. But, like, right now, you really only have those 2 things. And I think they can live in harmony, to be honest with you. One's DC, one's Wizard, or Wizarding World. I think that works. They might not see it like that, but I mean, I do. I personally believe that's something that would actually make sense. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. My gut tells me no. My gut tells me if there's one WB showing, it's Hogwarts. If there's 2, then okay. Then I think I'd be more willing to listen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, if it'll be there or not. Let me know other games you want me to do this series on. I got a couple in my head just on my own, but I can definitely do yours as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next one.